Feeling unmotivated? Well, you are not alone. This is one of the biggest struggles that I have heard, and today I'm sharing 3 ways to help you get motivated to start taking action on your goals. Hey there, I'm Laura Shaw, and welcome to Productivity and Profits, where I'm sharing ways that entrepreneur moms can create sustainable systems to make it easier to manage home, business, and life. So be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a thing. All right, if you are feeling unmotivated, you are not alone. I recently sent out a survey, and it was one of the number one struggles that I saw. And I totally get it. I am no stranger to feeling unmotivated myself. But over the years, I have figured out a few ways to make it a little easier to start taking action on your goals. And that is what I'm sharing today. So let's dive in. Number 1, take super small baby steps. So often we make our action steps too big, and that makes it harder to get started. Get your action step down to a small bite size that you can do in just a few minutes. Because when you start taking those baby steps, it really starts giving you some momentum. And that momentum is what keeps you motivated. This is also a reason I am such a big fan of quarterly goals. When I used to set yearly goals, I never really reached them. But when I switched to quarterly goals, it created more urgency and more manageable size of goals so that I finally started seeing the progress that I want. Number 2 is to practice self-care and really take your health seriously. Because when we run ourselves ragged and don't eat well, sleep well, exercise, none of that can make it that much harder to be motivated because we're tired and sluggish and literally don't have the energy to do anything. And I am one that needs to take this advice more often myself because I am the type A that wants to keep checking things off my list. But when I do take that time to rest and recover, I find myself so much more creative and motivated and able to get things done. Number 3 is to stay motivated by managing distractions. We are so surrounded by information these days that it can feel impossible to get anything done because we're bombarded with notifications, calls, just really everything in the world around us. We have to set some big boundaries with our phones and our technology to be able to get anything done these days. One of the biggest things that can strip motivation away is going down that rabbit hole of information or social media on the internet. We get caught scrolling and scrolling, and before we know it, 10-15 minutes has gone by and we really don't feel like doing what we set out to do anymore. So that's why I recommend making a plan for how you're going to manage distractions. Maybe you have app limits set, or you only have certain times of the day where you check social media or email. I know there's plenty of distractions that we can't do much about, but managing the ones that we can gets us that much closer to some better focus for reaching our goals. All right, so let's recap on a few tips to stay motivated. Number 1 is to break things down into little baby steps that are manageable for you to take action on in a very small amount of time, because this will give you the momentum to keep going. Number 2 is to practice some self-care and some health and taking care of yourself. Because if we run ourselves ragged and we just feel sluggish and we literally don't have the energy to get things done. And finally, number 3 is to manage those distractions that are everywhere so that you can find that focus to take action on your goals. All right, guys, let me know below what you're going to try at first to help with your motivation. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you soon.